Sinner reads so well. And when I say reads, like it's a combination of like ball and your racket position, all the things that give off like the slight tells of what is coming next. You mentioned one thing about the processing, right? And that was the second thing that I meant to mention earlier. Jannik Sinner reads so well. And when I say reads, like it's a combination of like ball and your racket position, all the things that give off like the slight tells of what is coming next, right? And you could see it in his matches, like I would say post French Open last year. In his subsequent matches with Carlos, he started to read the drop shot a lot better. I think the best version of that was probably ATP Finals. Like towards at some point in that match, like he saw the drop shot coming, like he read it before Carlos even pulled it out. He reads quite well, and I think that is what, like, he's just playing at a different speed right now. Which, the ability to read like makes that whole time management thing, like it gets built in, and like an extra quarter of a second there to start adjusting to the ball you're going to hit before you start hitting it. That then gives him more time to hit the shot that he's most comfortable hitting, if he can kind of see it coming. And that's
and add to that great footwork to pull that shot off that he's going to hit, and add to that pretty clean on the rise, so he's taking any residual time away from you as well. And what you're left with is this cacophony of just an absolute compactor of time and stress, because you will never get it back. I mean, and he has this sixth sense. Have you noticed this, Alvin? He has this sixth sense of, he almost always goes to the right target on a step up. You guess left, he's going right. You hedge it, go back right, he's going drop shot away from you. Right, man.
That's the reading. That's the reading. Like,
but the read, and then it's the decision of that execution of said read. I would think that, in my opinion, the read is more of a mental, let me see what you're going to do here. And then he tags it on you to almost like a slam dunk in basketball to make you pay for it. It's not like he's hitting open court J and I got the hot hand. No. I'm going to embarrass you with this ball. Don't sleep. And it's just this, and he's not a huge power hitter, so you don't see him, coming at you like, say, an Andy Roddick with the big 150 serve, or say, somebody else, Agassi, with the huge forehand, or old school now Bandian, or Marty with the clean backhand down the line. He just hurts you and makes you just makes you pay. And you're like, God,
it's like that kinetic energy, not like brute force. It's
a whip.
Yeah, it's a whip.
It's a whip. And that thing is an absolute mini sonic boom, like a whip is. Anyway, it's fun to watch him. It's really fun. It really is fun to watch. And I think that when to the listeners and viewers, and maybe even hopefully a handful of parents and juniors out there who are watching this, who want to get the next level better, I think the only person that's going to beat Jannik Sinner is a player that can move as well as Jannik Sinner can, who can have the depth and withstand the barrage, but also deliver said barrage. And he's going to have to be able to make Jannik uncomfortable. But I want to take that a step further. The next top player after Jannik, there will always be one, right? I've always looked through history of tennis. I feel like each great player, there's another 2.0 version or a 3.0 version, right? I mentioned Agassi, and then we got Novak, and now we got Sinner. I feel like, and I'm not forgetting all the rest of it. Pete, then Roger, and so on and so on.
Right? The other lane, yeah.
Right. There's always going to be a great one. There's always going to be a new, quote unquote, new avatar. I'm talking about, but the level of footwork and the level of movement and the level which is in itself great. And then on top of that, they're going to have to move like that to be able to execute. He's just playing at a different speed, to your point, and most everyone else is not. That's why it's such a stark difference. That Zverev match in the final of
Madrid,
was it Madrid? Yeah. was so telling to me, because of how well Sasha was beating everybody else.
Right.
Now we know his first set was not his best tennis, but Sasha had zero problems with anyone else until Jannik. And Jannik was just playing at a different speed, Alvin, not ball speed, processing speed, footwork speed. Any ball kind of down the middle, he was running around and tagging it and hurting him and going forward. I mean, it was almost to a point where you were hoping that Sasha would keep it close. You knew he was going to lose. You were just hoping they would keep it competitive. And again, and Zverev is 3 in the world for a reason. He's not, he's going to get through a rough patch and be fine. I just feel like that next player, I'm talking 2, 3, 5, however many years after, the next Sinner has his work cut out for him, and it's going to start with reads and footwork. It's not going to be necessarily with technique and this and that. It's going to come with those two pieces, because you're going to have to be able to beat the, to be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Right.
And that's what I think he's taken the level of the game, and that's that is some very heavy lifting, Alvin.
Well, and like let us not forget, like Carlos exists, right? He exists just because he's not playing right now. He exists, and when he comes back,
the ultimate foil of said Sinner,
right? And vice versa. And Sinner is the ultimate foil for Carlos, because he forces 100%. Carlos can do all these things that we've talked about, 100%. And Sinner forces all of it out of him. Right. All of it. So that's why that particular rivalry is so great. But to your point about the what is the 2.0 version of Jannik Sinner? That person, that player, and this is why a lot of people get really excited about Rafael Hodar, and I do as well. But as we saw in Rome, and we talked about this earlier in the spring, he has not had enough professional time on tour. His legs are not there yet to do it. Especially now, we go from a long 3-set match is one thing, a long 5-set match, and where you that laundry list of things we just listed out that you have to do to beat that guy over there, and it's going to take you probably 4 hours to get it done.
Yep.
At that, let's tick it up a bit, right? Because that's where we're talking about the biggest prizes in our sport on the men's side in these Grand Slams. Like, you also have to add in that factor of the matches are a lot longer.
Yeah. The
requirements are still the same. Now we just have to do it over time, and it's fun to it's still fun to watch, and I do like to say, like, I want a little more tension, I want a little more story, but that does not stop me from appreciating what I'm watching.
Right.
Yeah, it's just he does some things that are just there, like, you as a tennis player and as a tennis fan, you're like, God bless it, this kid is good. Like, he is literally Novak Djokovic, the second coming. And